Okay, get this. Science says that the Earth is around 4.5 billion years old. But as a Christian, this idea has always created a tension for me because the Bible seems to place human history much closer to 6,000 years ago. Now, normally this wouldn't bother me, but many people use this widely accepted age of the Earth as scientific evidence against the Bible itself. But here's the thing, God created man and he gave man the gift of intellect. And with intellect, mankind was able to give birth to the gift of science. It's basically humanity's way of understanding the world and how it works. And it goes without saying that because of intellect, mankind has been able to accomplish things that were once thought impossible.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So yeah, science is a good thing, but it becomes particularly problematic when it tries to compete with the Bible, especially when it comes to human history. But what if there's something in Genesis that we've been missing? And no, don't worry. I'm not talking about the idea that the 6 days were metaphorical ages. I'm talking about a literal 6-day creation account, but that perhaps there's a misunderstanding of what Genesis is actually describing. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But before the 6 days begin, the earth is described as without form and void. Now, I always used to think that this meant that earth was just simply uncreated by then and that it was nothing, which basically means it was an empty space. Nothing. But you see, if it was really nothingness, then how is it that God's Spirit, prior to the 6 days of creation, hovered over the water? I mean, if you take a closer look at the creation account, you're going to notice something very interesting. God says, "Let there be light." He creates the stars, the skies, the birds, sea creatures, and land animals. But he never actually says, "Let there be water" or land. Instead, Genesis says that God gathered the waters together so that the dry land appeared. So maybe, and this is just speculation of course, the 6 days were not about creating matter itself, but about ordering an already existing world into a functioning, habitable creation. I mean, that's not to say that the earth existed independently from God. He is still the creator of all things. I'm simply asking whether the raw material of the earth, being land and water, may have existed before creation week began, which seems to be the case if you ask me. If that were true, then the world as a living, ordered human world may be around 6,000 years, according to the Bible, while the material of the planet itself could be much older than we realize. If you think about it, that could explain why scientific methods like radiometric dating measure ancient ages in rocks and meteorites. Perhaps science is measuring the age of matter itself rather than the age of the ordered world described in Genesis. Now, whether or not this idea is true or not, it's open to debate. This is speculation after all, and it's not doctrine. Ultimately, salvation does not depend on understanding the exact age of the earth, but on faith in Jesus Christ. Still, I think it's an interesting possibility. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.